So we're flying with no tech help here at the college today. So that has been some of our fun excitement here at the meeting so far. That is what you've missed. So we have a smaller group here today. We've got some competition. No, that's not the right word. We have an abundance of events that are going on in Clay County today. And so there's different places where people could be spending their lunchtime. There's a health council. I don't remember what else we were talking about. Oh, Clay in Tallahassee. Some people are all the way out in Tallahassee. So what we're going to do today is go a little bit more in depth. And I'm going to be interviewing Joanne today. I was going to do it later on during my live stream, but it works out that we're going to do it now. But before we interview Joanne, we want to introduce who else is here. And everybody's going to get a chance to do 1 minute to say whatever it is that they want to talk about. Actually, I'm not even going to keep time. We're good. So you have a couple minutes and just introduce yourself, what it is that you do. And we're here to put community talk courses together. So finish up your 1 minute and talk a little bit more about what it is that you would like to teach. And so I'll start to show you what that looks like. I am Heidi Aderman. My company is Heidelin Coaching, and I'm an opportunity igniter and a life coach that rocks. And I help busy people have time and energy for everything that they want to do. Because when I was in 3rd grade and I decided that I wanted to be a rock star and I tried to pursue that, it was really, really hard for me to work a full-time job and still have energy to write music, to perform music. So that wasn't working for me. So I had to figure out a different way to arrange my schedule. And I had the power to do it. And at the time that I started, I didn't think I had the power over my schedule. I thought that I was stuck. I thought that I was stuck in the job that I was at. I thought that I was stuck with the time restraints that I had. But a lot of that was just lies that I was telling myself that I didn't realize they were there to kind of protect me and keep me in my comfort zone. But it wasn't helping me spend time being happy doing the things that I really want to do. And so that's what I help other people do, is design their life exactly the way that they want to live it. All right, so Todd, let's have you come up next and do your 1 minute. Oh, I didn't tell people what I was going to teach. I'm going to teach mental fitness. Mental fitness is your ability to bounce back after something really bad has happened to you pretty quickly. All right, Todd.
Where am I standing?
Right in front of the camera.
Hi, hello. I'm Todd Chipman, Tetran X with the videographer, filmmaker. I'm hopefully to teach anything like film-related, lighting, camera movement, VFX, etc., and also I was thinking about a couple of programming classes as well, and pretty much anything tech-related. So I think I'm under a minute. So yes.
Yes. I did it. All right.
Do I have to?
You do. You've got a beautiful shirt on for this.
Oh.
Yeah. I was gonna say, something there.
Issues.
You know, those things are great when they're on here.
Yeah, it's terrible. I was trying to. Am I in the right place?
You are. All right.
My name is Gwen Tarverly, and I have written a book, Off the Wall, and that's my goal in life, is to help other people get off the wall. And getting off the wall means getting up, doing what you need to do for yourself, making a better life for yourself, and just making a better you, and just being the best person that you could be. My background is in counseling, and I've been a therapist for over 25 years. So I'm not going to tell you my age, you'll just have to guess that. But
26.
20, that's a very good guess. I won't argue about that. And I'm looking forward to teaching my class. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. So next I'm going to bring up Joanne, and instead of you doing your 1 minute, we're going to do an interview and have people really get to know who you are today.
All right.
And so normally this interview is done during my Imagine, Act, Achieve happy hour.
Mhm.
And the reason why we're happy is because we're paying attention to what our thoughts are,
Mhm.
because those thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, and actions lead to results.
They sure do. So if you don't like the results you're getting, change your thoughts and change your life.
Yes! Sing it, sister! All right. So Joanne's going to be one of the first people that I interview to kind of show you how this concept works. So Joanne and I were talking earlier today,
Mhm.
and one of her specialties, this is something, man, we all need, I don't care if you're super young, having ways to engage your memory and keep using your memory so you're not forgetting things is one of your specialties. Is that correct?
I don't know that I would describe it that way because there are many classes you can take about memory.
Okay.
Mine are the lifestyle habits that will prevent memory loss.
Nice. Habits. I like it.
Lifestyle habits. I watched my father, brilliant man, and two of his brothers die due to complications from dementia. It was awful to watch. Awful. I know that Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death, and that when you get to the age of 85, as many as 50% of the people over the age of 85 have some form of dementia. I wondered if that was my destiny. And so I started studying. I read everything I could read about it. And I basically came up with 7 lifestyle factors that if you commit to them, if they become part of your life, you can spend the rest of your life with a brain as sharp as a tack.
So let me ask you this before you get into those 7. Where did your interest develop around this? Was it from watching your father?
It was from watching it. Yes, it was terrible to watch. My father used to go, "What's the matter with my brain?" I remember people joking, say that when you have dementia, you just won't care. Life will be fun. No, even up to the last minutes. I watched him decline for 12 years. And even up to the last week, he was in a coma for the last week. But 2 weeks before that, he was go, "What's the matter with my brain?"
So what kind of questions were you asking yourself as you're watching this and you're thinking about it?
The question of, is it going to happen to me? I'm the oldest of 6. Is it going to happen to my brothers and my sisters? That's what I was asking. It's a terrible thing to watch. Not only that, for those of you who think about pocketbooks and finances, it's extremely expensive. Extremely expensive.
So how does this topic make you feel when you're thinking about it?
After I realized that there were 7 lifestyle factors, that if I used them on a regular basis, I became very passionate about sharing those lifestyle habits with anyone who would listen. Like, oh my goodness, I have an audience in front of me. Do you want to listen?
Yes, yes. So we're definitely going to talk about those 7 habits. So you said you did a lot of studying, deep diving. Where did you go to learn more about this?
I read books. I went on the internet reading all the research and things of that sort. So it was just a lot of everything that came up, I read.
And then you use a combination of those things that you've kind of done all the research for your process.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome. So how does knowing more about helping with memory loss help you to grow and enrich your life?
It's taken away the fear. It's empowered me. Yeah, it's given me a great deal of power. I no longer have to feel like I'm going to be a victim of my genes or a victim of aging. It doesn't have to be that way. I could be one of those that's 105 and still going, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so you talked a little bit more about habits. So, what is one or a couple habits that has made all the difference in your success?
Okay. The first problem with memory loss is stress. Stress kills your brain cells. It reduces the size of the prefrontal cortex, thinking and reasoning. It reduces the size of the hippocampus. That's where you process memory. It increases the size of your amygdala. That's the part of your brain that deals with fight, flight, anxiety. So you're full of anxiety, but you don't have the thinking and reasoning ability to manage it.
Hmm.
What can you do about it? Meditation. A daily meditation practice has been shown to reverse all the negative effects that stress has on the brain.
And there's lots of different meditation techniques, right?
There's about, yeah.
If the first one isn't working for you,
Keep looking.
Yep.
Yeah, keep looking until you find one that you can commit to doing on a daily basis.
okay.
Yes.
Well, that's great. So, what is something that you enjoy teaching people? I think this is the good spot for
Yeah,
the
we're-
7.
well, I enjoy teaching. Well, I enjoy teaching this. The spot for the 7, the first thing is how you manage stress. Make sure you incorporate a daily meditation practice. The second is purpose. I remember after my mother died, 2 months later, my father said, Joanne, I've lost my purpose. In other words, every day was empty. He was going through the days had no meaning to them. If you ever find yourself in that situation, maybe it's after you retire. Maybe you move to a new place and you don't know anyone and you're just sitting at home struggling. Or maybe a significant other dies. Find something that speaks to your heart, something that gives you a reason to get up every day. You know that if you run into that feeling, don't just sit back and say, that's it. Do something. Make some phone calls. Volunteer someplace. Try a new class. Something that speaks to your heart that gets you excited about getting up every day. So that's the second habit. The third habit is sleep.
My favorite.
Yes. Now, I remember many years ago talking to entrepreneurs who said sleep's a waste of time.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah, I could get a new deal. I could make a new, $100 million. I don't have time to sleep. The only time that your brain empties out its trash is when you're in a state of deep sleep. When you're in a state of deep sleep, they say the brain shrinks so that all the lymph can flush everything out. But the only time that it happens is in deep sleep. When you're dreaming, that's the only time that your brain processes memory. Extremely important. 7 to 9 hours is recommended. So that's number 3. Number 4 is movement. Again, extremely important. Movement stimulates the production of this protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Now, isn't that a mouthful?
Yes.
But this protein stimulates the production of new brain cells. But movement also increases the blood flow through the whole body and the brain, which helps to oxygenate all the brain cells. So movement. I'm number 5 now. Make sure you pay attention to the foods that you eat. Sugar is extremely extremely inflammatory. Now, so try to avoid the added sugars. Now, sugar is not always spelled S-U-G-A-R.
It's true.
There are about 65 different names for sugar. So get on the internet and Google different names for sugar.
I had no idea there were that many names.
Yeah, there are many. I've got a list at home of them. Anyways, then you start reading the ingredients list on the items that you're about to eat. And you may find 4 different names for sugar on that. So it's not just sugar. But sugar is very inflammatory, both for the body and the brain. Number 6 is water.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're drinking enough water. A 1% deficit in water content in your body will lead to a 5% cognitive decline. And a 2% deficit, which isn't very much, will lead to short-term memory loss. Extremely important that you drink enough water. And the last one is to belong to a community of like-minded, positive people. Loneliness is horrible for the body. During COVID, when everyone was stuck by themselves, I read research showing there was a physician, a research person, taking blood work of people who were lonely, and it looked like they were dying from some illness. The blood looked so terrible. So get out and join a community, again, of like-minded, positive people. So those are the 7 lifestyle factors.
Oh, that was really, really good. There's a lot of stuff you said. I mean, I know water is good, but I didn't realize how that affected memory. That gives me a little extra motivation because
To drink that water.
yeah, I'm not always drinking as much water as I'm supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's something else that you enjoy. There's a couple other things you enjoy teaching people.
I enjoy teaching how to manifest the life of their dreams. And we already mentioned it a bit first. What are your thoughts? Are your thoughts in line with what you want to see in this world? Your thoughts lead to your feelings, feeling leads to your actions, and actions lead to your results.
And I think Joanna is a very good example of that through this interview. She watched her father. She wondered, man, am I going to end up losing my memory like he did? It caused her to start doing research about the topic. It caused her to feel more passionate about the topic, that she wanted to tell everybody what she had discovered. And that's part of your coaching now.
I'm more of a public speaker than a one-to-one. But if you have a need, if you're saying, I want someone to just sit with me and go over these with me again, give me a call. My name's Joanne Dufton, and I'm with Create Your New Beginning. I believe that every day, every moment, you have the ability to create your new beginning by the choices that you make. So wouldn't now be a wonderful time to start?
And you said you do public speaking too. So
Yes.
if people wanted to get in contact with you and have you as a speaker, you'd be totally open
Oh boy,
for that?
the answer would be yes.
All right, excellent. You talked about public speaking. You host Toastmasters at your location, right?
We do. Yes.
When is that and where is that?
We meet at the Create Your New Beginning Center. That's at 414 Old Hard Road, Suite 403. It's in Fleming Island. It's about 2 blocks away from the Fleming Island High School and a very short distance from Baptist Clay.
And Toastmasters is like a big national
It's
kind of organization. So if you're not in the Orange Park area, you could probably go online and find a
Yeah.
Toastmasters near you.
Go to toastmasters.org and find a location. Yes.
All right.
Yes. They're
That's-
all over the place.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for
You-
sharing your story with us
You
today.
are very welcome. Thank you for having me and for giving me the opportunity to tell a few more people out there. Thank you.
Now, before you run away, hold on. We've got 2 people watching. So, you guys out there, if you're watching, if you have any questions for Joanne, you can go ahead and put them in the chat, and we will address those questions. I wanted to ask you, Joanne, did you fill out the form to put in your ideas for doing the course?
I sure did.
All right, that is awesome. So, Dr. Ray is going to be reaching out to you in the next month or so and working through all the logistics so we can get that on there. I'm mentioning this for all of you out there. If you had a class that you wanted to teach, if you wanted to do a lunch and learn, if you've got a 4-hour workshop, or you know what, you're thinking about doing this event, but you just don't want to do it all on your own. There's a form to submit your ideas. And the only thing that's required is your name and your email and, kind of like a title for your idea and a little description. And there's lines for every little detail that there could possibly be for your event, but you might not have that all figured out yet. So all of those other options are left open in case you just don't know what to put there. There is a spot for collaborators. So if you're thinking, I want to do an event, but I don't want to do this event all on my own, you can put that in the possible collaborators spot. Just say, don't have any, but want some. And then that way we know that we can reach out to like members that are in our collaboration group and get something together. Something that happened after our meeting last week is there were a bunch of coaches here. And so we started talking about what kind of events would we like to do as a group of coaches. Because I think a lot of people don't always know what a coach does. So if we do some events that are able to introduce people that, I don't know, maybe we have some fun, we got some games, something for the whole family to be able to check out and learn more about their mental well-being, their physical health, those kinds of things. That would be fun. You know what the other idea was?
What?
An event for coaches,
Wow. Well,
a
that would be-
retreat,
Well, that would be nice.
right? We
That
could
would be
just all
fun.
come in like our jammy pants and like slippers and hang out and meditate together. I think that could be fun too.
That could be fun too. Yes, that could be fun.
So I started inviting the coaches that are in the group into that private Discord channel so we can start throwing these ideas around in between and start discussing and making it a little bit more concrete. And then maybe one day soon we'll be filling out that form for that idea.
Yes. All right.
All right. Let's see. We have no questions in there. So thank you,
You are
Joanne. You are
welcome.
wonderful.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
Yay.
So we do have some updates from our very own. No, we don't have updates. I'm wrong. So I'm going to wrap up today's meeting. We're going to get better on being on time. There's more improvements that are coming every day. Before I go, I'm going to share a link to our Discord so that you can join us over there, connect with other people that are in this collaboration, start having conversations about what kind of things you want to create. All right, there's your invitation in the chat if you haven't joined that. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. My contact information is at the tail end of this list on Linktree. You can also get a scheduling link off of our landing page, which is off of my website. It's HeightsLandCoaching/win every time. So I also want to mention about Linktree. We're encouraging all the members in the group to get a Linktree, which is basically a landing page where you list all of your links. So your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, your website, a link to sign up to your next event. You can put all these things in one place so that when you share your information to someone, you just have one link and then they can choose where they want to connect with you. So when you get your Linktree and you go into Discord, there's a channel that says get a Linktree, and there's a thread under that says what's your Linktree. You put your link underneath that, and every Wednesday morning during the morning show, I'm going to give you a shout out for joining the group. And as soon as I have 10 members with a Linktree listed in there, then I'm going to start adding you to the landing page so that we can recognize the members of the group and make it easier for people that are coming through to connect with us. All right. Well, that is all that I have for our meeting today. Thank you for being patient with our lateness online. And I will see some of you hopefully at 4 p.m. for the Imagine, Act, Achieve Happy Hour. Till next time, you guys, we do not fail. We learn.